Welcome back to Building Heavenly Neighbors. If you've been following this journey, we've gone all the way back to where Heavenly Neighbors began. We've talked about what it took to get licensed. We've talked about building the business infrastructure before serving our first client. And now we've officially caught up to real time. Because as I'm recording this, tomorrow is actually orientation day at Heavenly Neighbors. And tonight, I am surrounded by folders and workbooks, paperwork, training materials, and probably at least one thing I'm going to remember as soon as I turn this camera off. But so tonight, instead of talking about something I did months ago, I figured I'd bring you along for the ride and you get to see exactly what I'm doing right now. So let's get ready for orientation together. Before orientation, there had to be a team. So of course, none of this matters without people. So before I could prepare an orientation, I had to recruit and hire personal care specialists or caregivers. And hiring for Heavenly Neighbors has taught me something. I'm not simply trying to fill positions. I'm choosing the people who may eventually walk into someone's home wearing the Heavenly Neighbor's name. That's a completely different responsibility. As my mom's full-time caregiver, there's a question that stays in the back of my mind through this entire process. Would I trust this person to care for my own mother? Because if I wouldn't, how could I ask another family to trust them? That doesn't mean I'm looking for perfect people. No, I'm looking for people who demonstrate compassion, professionalism, dependability, and a willingness to learn. And once I found those people, my next responsibility was making sure I prepared them. So what exactly am I preparing? Quite a bit. I didn't want orientation to be a situation where people walk in, sign a few papers, watch a video, and then go home. I want our personal care specialists to leave understanding what it means to represent Heavenly Neighbors. So I've been preparing the entire orientation experience. There are employee folders, there are orientation workbooks, there are different training materials, required documents, policies and acknowledgments, skills and competency information. And then they have resources that they will be able to refer to later. We've also been preparing the presentation and organizing everything in the order that we'll use it. Because one thing I know about myself, if I can create a system, I'm going to create a system. The paperwork matters, but that's not the point. There's definitely paperwork involved, right? But we're going to have an entire episode later where I show you the documents I've created, what our personal care specialists sign, and why those documents matter. But tomorrow isn't supposed to feel like one long paperwork session. The documents support the process. They aren't the purpose of the process. The purpose is to begin building a team that understands the Heavenly Neighbor standard. What do I want them to leave knowing? Yes, there are procedures. They need to understand those. Yes, there are rules. Yes, there are things that they absolutely can and cannot do. But there's something deeper I want them to understand. When you walk into someone's home as a personal care specialist, you're entering their personal space. You're entering their routines, their family dynamics, their vulnerable moments, their lives. That deserves respect. I want our personal care specialists to understand that we aren't there to take someone's independence away. We're there to support it. We're not there to take over someone's home. We're guests in it. And we're not there simply to complete a list of tasks. We're there to care for a person. That's the culture I want to establish from the very beginning. I'm also thinking about the experience. Something else I've been intentional about is how our personal care specialists experience Heavenly Neighbors. I expect professionalism from them, but I also believe professionalism should go both ways. If I expect them to arrive prepared, I should be prepared. If I expect them to respect Heavenly Neighbors, Heavenly Neighbors needs to respect them too, and their time. If I expect excellence from them, They should experience excellence from me. So the folders matter. The organized materials matter. Starting on time matters. Having a plan matters. The details matter. Because before I ever tell someone what the Heavenly Neighbor Standard is, I want them to experience it. And yes, I'm excited. I really am. I'm truly excited, but I'm probably going to be checking everything again tonight. I'm probably going to rearrange something that doesn't need rearranging. But guess what? There's something pretty incredible about looking at all of these materials and realizing what they represent. A while ago, Heavenly Neighbors was just an idea. Then it became an LLC. Then it became a licensed agency. Then came the systems, and now we're building the team. That's a moment worth appreciating. Tomorrow is the test. Tomorrow, all of this preparation gets put into action. And I'm going to capture a few pieces of the day so you can see some of all that stuff too. But when I come back on Monday, we're going to talk about what really happened. Not what I planned to happen, but what actually happened. Like what worked, what didn't work, what surprised me, what the care specialist responded to, what I learned as an owner, and whether there's anything I'll change before the next orientation. Because this is the part of building Heavenly Neighbors I've been looking forward to the most. So we finished backtracking. From here, we're building together in real time. So tonight, I'm going to turn this camera off, get back to these folders, and we'll see what tomorrow holds. But again, thank you for joining me for another chapter of Building Heavenly Neighbors. Remember, excellence isn't something we achieve once. It's something we choose every day. And until next time, keep making a difference one neighbor at a time. I'll see you on Monday.